There is a prosthetic arts centre in Dubai. It's the only one of its kind in the region, and it has a claim to fame of being involved in an Oscar win. This week, Yasmine Abdulla, the executive manager from the Omniati Prosthetic Arts Centre, Omniati meaning My Desire in Arabic, joins us to shed more light on what cosmetic prosthetics actually is.
Welcome to Dubai Works, a business podcast about the innovators, the products, the services, and trending topics. Loving Dubai's take on the business stories that matter. My name is Richard Fitzgerald. I'm the founder of Augustus Media, publishers of Lovin Dubai, Lovin Saudi, and Smashy TV. Each week we'll be interviewing the dynamic business leaders of Dubai.
Good morning, Yasmine.
Yes, good morning.
Welcome to Dubai Works Business Podcast.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here today. Tell us about Omniati and what you do there.
Omniati Prosthetics Arts Center is the first of its kind in the UAE. We are the only center in the UAE that provides cosmetic restorative parts, and I'm the executive manager there. So I kind of oversee the administrative part of the center. But basically, it's locally owned, and it's the only center of its type.
Oh wow. And when was it set up and where is it based?
It was set up in 2012 by Ms. Ashwaq Hamoud Hassan. She set it up as her own type of business that was supported through Dubai SME for small and medium enterprises. So with their support, she was able to set up this business.
Oh, excellent. And what exactly is a prosthetic arts center?
Prosthetic arts is the combination of medical and science, in which they're able to create a silicone or prosthetic part to benefit a client that is missing or missing a part or has any type of deformity or any type of birth defect. So a prosthetic piece would sort of be replaced, made customized for them to kind of camouflage that deformity.
So there's some nice images on your websites and platforms showing really detailed design work around eyes and faces. Yes. And body parts. That's the arts part, I guess.
Yeah, the arts part, because every single prosthetic that is made in our center is customized for that specific patient. So when a patient approaches our center, they have to take proper measurements and color matching, and they do a lot of detail in the handwork, the artwork, the art part of it. So basically they have to fabricate something that matches that specific client. So each item is customized.
What sort of, it's only one of its kind here. How did Dr. Ashwaq know that there was a demand business-wise to set something up, or was it pure out of passion?
Well, it is sort of both. She was in this field prior in a government hospital, in Rashid Hospital in Dubai, and she noticed that the lab that they have is a very moderate lab that provided a certain type of service. She combined all the cosmetic, the silicone and the acrylic services all under one umbrella, which kind of helped. And when she did that, she allowed the facility to be easily accessible by anyone in the Middle East and African region.
Interesting. So basically someone would be referred to from a medical clinic or hospital.
Exactly.
And the work with the process would take place there. And it's a combination of the medical background and experience and the artistic side. How long would an operation or process take, and what's the procedure like?
Well, the procedure is first, like you said, they're referred from a medical specialist, usually from a surgeon or an eye doctor. The client would be referred to our center. They would first take a consultation or an evaluation of what that client requires. And then it would be a setup of several appointments from the time that they do measurements till the time they actually receive the final piece, which can take up to about 2 weeks.
Okay, interesting. That's not too long. Mm-hmm. And then the procedure, the implementation is done at the hospital afterwards? Or it's done also
in
at the
our center. Yeah, from
okay.
A to Z.
Okay.
Everything is from the time that the client arrives till the time till the final pickup of the prosthetic piece is all done within our center.
What's the most common procedure, the most common case that you work on?
The most common case right now is the acrylic eye. We get a lot of those cases here in the United Arab Emirates. A lot of them come from both birth defects or accidents. But a lot of the cases that we do in the center, the majority of them are acrylic eyes, ocular prosthetics.
Is it an expensive process, or
it is kind of expensive, and unfortunately not a lot of the medical insurances cover these types of prosthetic pieces. As a matter of fact, as of now, we don't accept any type of medical insurance for these types of pieces. Not willingly. Basically, they are not accepting these medical companies, insurance companies are not providing that compensation for these types of pieces.
So if there was, and if it was more affordable, there are probably more people that require this sort of procedure.
I'm pretty sure there is. A lot of these clients that do come to us are some of them are sponsored by their workplaces, or they find somehow, we try to cater to every client as best as possible.
Yeah.
And so we sometimes work according to the client's budget, and we try to make them a prosthetic that they'll be happy with. So we really try to cater to everyone that approaches our center in any way possible.
Has there been any specific request that hasn't been able to fulfill, or is there anything that is beyond what's possible?
Our control. Yeah, we've had several. I've had several cases where they want a more permanent solution, and in that case we have to refer them to cosmetic surgeons.
Yeah, okay.
Cosmetic restorative surgeons. Because we're non-invasive, so what we're providing them is kind of like, it's a prosthetic they can remove and apply at any time, whereas a permanent solution requires more
cosmetic,
a surgeon.
You also mentioned on the arts center side, we often see in movies that there's prosthetics created to make people look like monsters or superheroes. Mm-hmm. Is that some of the work that you're able to do as well?
Yeah, we are. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of these opportunities here, but we do. We are capable of doing stuff like that. We did do a piece that we supported a case that was in Pakistan.
Oh, right.
And they did a biography, on a short film documentary on this girl in Pakistan. When they did the prosthetic piece for her, and then she was an acid burn victim. Oh. And the short documentary film won an Oscar award.
Wow.
In Hollywood. So we were involved in that somehow. We had our hand in that, but it was done in Pakistan. So and she did change a law. She had a law changed in Pakistan because I guess it was her ex-husband that burned her face with acid. So she, by doing that short documentary film and kind of putting a highlight on those types of tragedies that happened there in Pakistan, she was able to change a law.
That's amazing. So it would have been entered into the Oscars in a short.
Yeah, sure. It's called Saving Face. It's on YouTube.
Oh, amazing.
It's called Saving Face, yeah.
That's great work to be involved in, and that helps awareness and spread knowledge of what's possible as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But, that's a different country, and unfortunately we don't have those types of incidents or acid burn cases here in the United Arab Emirates.
But maybe they didn't have the services in Pakistan. Where was it? Which city?
It was in Pakistan. I'm not too sure which city, but apparently the acid burns are very common there.
Ah, okay.
And a lot of times it's used in retaliation, or they use it as a weapon
or something. Yeah.
So
amazing.
It's definitely something that we were involved in that in 2011, and I didn't expect it, but they did do a short documentary film on it, and they did win an Oscar.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
it's interesting. It's interesting that if movies are working in Media City or in Dubai Studio City, I know there's a Jackie Chan movie coming, that they can actually have those services based here as well.
They sure can.
That's amazing. I saw an article in the UK this week that someone used an ankle replacement made out of bulletproof vests, and that's more about kind of limbs replacement and things like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's evolution, and all these areas, all these medical and science areas are improving and advancing all the time. What advancements do you see in your field and prosthetics for the future?
In cosmetic prosthetics, well, what I've seen so far is I've seen the introduction to 3D printing, which kind of really helps the technician or the prosthetist or this medical sculptress to be able to speed up the process in regards to fabricating a prosthetic piece for a patient. But there are still little, they don't have the exact
detail or precision
as you would for something that was handmade.
Yeah, okay.
So it lacks
it's a bit cumbersome. It's not ready kind of yet.
It lacks the detail and the precision. So basically, that's still something that they're working on. We're not really doing that right now, but once it does get
the better,
once they start advancing in that, then that's something that we could do in the future.
Do you think that if it becomes more commonplace and it's easier to produce these pieces with 3D printing, that obviously from a medical point of view, from a requirement point of view, it'll be able to fulfill more? But do you think that people will be requesting more prosthetic features as vanity, and do you think that this will be more and more common, almost kind of semi-wearables?
Well, believe it or not a lot of people are aware that these types of prosthetics are out there. So a lot of people go on with their lives on a day-to-day basis, not with whatever deformity that they have, and they try to camouflage it on their own, not aware of us having this type of service here in the country. Amazing. So, and a lot of people end up traveling abroad. They'll go to Europe or Asia or whatever country that they can get the service at, and they're not really that awareness isn't there that we have this type of service here, or that these types of prosthetics are even available.
Yeah.
And it can be done.
Oh wow, yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. So that's really interesting. So it's almost like an awareness and a behavior point aspect as well. And then if people knew about it,
if people knew about it, I'm sure they'd act on it.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, we'll finish. Thanks very much, Yasmine. Thanks for telling us about the
me.
Omniati Prosthetic Arts Centre. It's great to learn about it, and I'll check it out.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Thank you.